Emma was the kind of woman who could light up a room. Her smile was infectious, her laughter contagious. She had a warmth about her, a genuine kindness that drew people in. But behind her cheerful facade, Emma harbored a secret fear, the fear of vulnerability. Witnessing her parents' bitter divorce at a young age had left an indelible mark on her. She'd seen their love turn to animosity, their promises shattered like broken glass. The experience had instilled in her a deep-seated fear of experiencing the same pain, the same heartbreak. Despite this, Emma yearned for love. She craved the companionship, the intimacy, the comfort of sharing her life with someone special. Yet every time she felt herself getting close, every time she felt that familiar flutter in her chest, her parents' broken marriage would flash before her eyes, a stark reminder of love's potential to wound. So she built walls around her heart, protecting it from potential hurt, but also inadvertently denying herself the chance to truly love and be loved. Emma sought solace in her work as a florist. Surrounded by nature's vibrant hues and intoxicating scents, she found a sense of peace. The delicate petals, the thorns hidden beneath, they mirrored her own existence, a delicate beauty masking a vulnerability she was too afraid to reveal. She poured her heart into creating breathtaking arrangements, each bloom a silent testament to the emotions she kept bottled up inside. In the quiet solitude of her apartment, surrounded by the remnants of her latest floral creation, Emma often found herself lost in thought. Her mind would wander back to her childhood, to the happy memories before the storm, before the bitter arguments and the icy silences had taken over. She longed for that uncomplicated love, the kind that seemed to exist only in fairy tales and old movies. But deep down, a part of her believed that true love was nothing more than an illusion, a fleeting moment in time destined to crumble. It was during one sweltering summer that Jack came into Emma's life. He was a writer, his soul as free as the ocean breeze. They met at a local bookstore, their hands brushing as they reached for the same novel. Jack, with his easy smile and kind eyes, saw past Emma's carefully constructed walls. He saw the fear, the vulnerability she tried so hard to conceal, and he responded with an understanding that both surprised and scared her. Jack was everything Emma thought she never wanted: open, expressive, and unafraid to wear his heart on his sleeve. He challenged her perception of love, showed her that vulnerability wasn't weakness, but rather a strength, a testament to the depth of one's capacity to feel. He chipped away at her defenses, slowly but surely, revealing the warm, loving woman beneath. Their days were filled with laughter, long walks on the beach, and conversations that stretched late into the night. Jack listened to Emma with an attentiveness she'd never experienced before, his gaze never wavering, his interest unwavering. He understood her fears, acknowledged her pain, and yet he never pressured her, never tried to force her to open up before she was ready. He simply offered her his presence, his unwavering support, and a love that was as pure and unconditional as she'd ever known. As the summer drew to a close, Emma found herself falling for Jack. Hard. He was everything she'd ever dreamed of, kind, compassionate, and undeniably drawn to her. But with her growing feelings came a resurgence of her old fears. The thought of allowing herself to be vulnerable, to love someone so completely, filled her with terror. She'd seen firsthand how easily love could turn to pain, how quickly promises could be broken. In the end, Emma chose the safety of familiarity over the uncertainty of love. She pushed Jack away, her words harsh and final, her heart breaking with every syllable that escaped her lips. She chose David, a man who represented stability and security, a man who could offer her the comfortable, predictable life she thought she craved, a man who, on the surface, seemed the antithesis of everything Jack represented. David was a successful lawyer, driven and ambitious, with a quiet confidence that Emma found both reassuring and stifling. Their relationship lacked the spark, the passion that had ignited between her and Jack, but Emma convinced herself that this was what real love looked like: steady, reliable, devoid of the messy complexities that had terrified her in the past. They married in the spring, a picture-perfect ceremony attended by family and friends who marveled at the seemingly perfect couple. Emma smiled for the cameras, her heart heavy in her chest, a single tear tracing a path down her cheek as she whispered her vows. The words felt hollow, devoid of the depth of emotion she'd witnessed in her parents' eyes all those years ago. Life with David was comfortable, predictable. Their days fell into a comfortable routine: work, dinner, polite conversation, and the occasional social gathering where Emma would plaster on a smile and pretend that her life was everything she'd ever dreamed of. She filled her days with work, losing herself in the vibrant colors and intoxicating scents of her flower shop, seeking solace in the beauty she created. Years passed. The initial comfort Emma found in her marriage to David slowly morphed into a suffocating sense of emptiness. David, consumed by his work, grew increasingly distant, his ambition leaving little room for Emma and her emotional needs. The silences between them grew longer, the conversations more strained, their interactions punctuated by a shared sense of resignation. The cracks in their seemingly perfect life began to show. A forgotten birthday, a missed anniversary, a careless remark about a colleague. Each transgression chipped away at Emma's carefully constructed facade, revealing the growing chasm that separated her from the man she'd married. The realization hit her like a tidal wave. She was living a lie, trapped in a loveless marriage, haunted by the ghost of a love she'd let slip away. The truth of David's infidelity came in the form of a lipstick-stained shirt collar, a carelessly discarded receipt from a jewelry store. The evidence was irrefutable, a physical manifestation of the emotional distance that had been growing between them for years. Emma felt a strange sense of detachment, a numbness that settled over her like a shroud. There were no tears, no accusations, only a quiet acceptance of the inevitable. In the aftermath of her divorce, Emma found herself drowning in a sea of regret. The life she'd built, the life she'd chosen out of fear, lay in ruins around her. The walls she'd so carefully erected around her heart crumbled, leaving her exposed and vulnerable. Memories of Jack, his kind eyes, his unwavering love, flooded her mind, each memory a painful reminder of the happiness she'd let slip through her fingers.